You think by showing you guys a text message from my sister saying how she was going to use you to take my kids away from me because her feelings were hurt. That's what it was. Her feelings were hurt. I have the text message. Do you want to see it? Or because you don't like me now, you don't?
This is a matter between you and CPS. This isn't a law enforcement matter.
Why are you here?
Because they're concerned for their safety with how hostile you've been.
Hostile?
I share her.
If somebody was coming after your kids, would you greet them pleasantly?
She wants to check on your kids.
That's what you say. That's what you say. That's what she says. But I called them saying I was concerned about the safety of my kids 8 years ago, and they did nothing.
I can't speak on the matter that happened 8 years ago.
But you're doing it right now. But you're doing it right now. You just said that she's concerned about their safety.
Why wouldn't you let someone check on your kids if they're okay?
Because I have. You're treating this as if we live in a country where you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. You're innocent until you prove yourself guilty, correct? Now, if you guys are going to threaten violence against me or do something violent, I'll do whatever you want. I'll hop up and down on one leg. I'll do the chicken dance. You're not here to help me?
I'm here to help everyone here.
Help everybody. Okay, at least we came to that understanding. As long as we came to that understanding that you're here to help everybody, correct?
Yeah.
Me included?
Yeah.
Even though you guys say I'm being hostile?
Yeah, you have been a little bit. Not letting her speak when she wants to tell you what's happening.
Well, I apologize. Maybe that was wrong of me, but like I said, I'm a man.
Okay.
When I have something to say, I'll say it.
All right.
But you're a public servant, ma'am.
Yeah, and I'm here serving the public.
You're a public servant. Are you? Or maybe you're help kidnapping kids away from good parents.
Is that how you feel?
I don't know.
That's how you
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing.
I understand.
I don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
That's the biggest problem, is I don't know what you're doing. All I know is you've shown up twice today.
Right.
And you're following me around wherever you think I am. Is this, you think it's okay for the government to tail people and to...
Sir, I did not tell you.
You're here...
Right. I can't figure out how.
Right.
It's 407. So if I was telling you I would arrive when you arrived, right? Right.
Maybe you waited. Who knows? Well, you had to wait for more armed gunmen to come help you out. Make no mistake, that's what you guys are. And I feel, listen, I'm not saying this in a bad way by any means, but you see the disconnect between the public and police right now. There's a reason for it, guys. You got to build trust with people. This is not the way to do it.
How about we build trust by letting her go check and see if kids are okay? That'd be a great spot to build
How about, well, what other way do you want me to let her violate me to prove to her I don't want her anywhere near my kids?
That wasn't the same CPS person you had 8 years ago that apparently did.
It's the same entity. Did they go by CPS back then? Okay, do they go by CPS now?
I'd say so.
Okay, so it's the same entity, right? But they said they have to respond to every call. That's not true because they didn't.
They have to take every report and assess whether it's credible or not.
But what does that mean?
They have to do their investigation.
So who determines that? The person on the phone?
The person on the phone directly.
Okay, so the person on the phone, if I showed them the message from my sister saying she was going to use CPS to take my kids away,
That would be pertinent to the situation.
you would think. But you guys haven't taken it seriously one bit because I'm hostile. Huh?
What do you mean I haven't taken it seriously?
I can show you the text message where she said she's going to do this.
CPS matter.
You can't,
CPS is the person that needs it, not me.
so do you want to help me talk to her? You said you're here to help me, right? Okay, well, you help me right now and you tell her that, dude,
Why don't we
Don't know
check
what's
the
going
welfare
on.
listen,
and
we're,
then go through showing how
listen, we're both men. We're both men for the same reason as I don't let you guys consent to search my car. Because I have privacy. Okay, well, I have a Fourth Amendment right to be safe in my person's house's papers and effects.
Would you like to bring the children out to the front porch? so they can see
Listen to me.
That's perfectly
What-
fine. I can do that. Fine.
She'll agree with you because she's very agreeable. I'm not. But because listen, the Fourth Amendment is there for a reason. Okay, do you take an oath to defend people's rights? You would be so you should be more interested in upholding my rights and tell her that that is a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. Tell her that right now.
to tell her that what would be.
To be securing your papers, houses, and effects. your person's papers, houses, and effects. Am I secure right now? I have 3 gunmen showing up at wherever I am. Okay, but okay, 2 gunmen. You guys still have. You guys are armed to the teeth. I have nothing. You guys. They give you guns. They give you tasers. You're meant to do violent things to people. That's what they train you for.
I disagree with you. I disagree heavily with you on that.
That's what they train you for. Listen, it's not too late. If you took off that uniform, we could go have a beer, and I'll bet you we would get along great. We would get along great. And listen, not exactly. Thank you. Nothing personal. Right. So,
I simply want her to be able to check on me.
listen, you're me in this situation, right? What would you think?
I understand where your concern is.
Thank you, and that's all I'm asking.
If there's a credible concern about my kids, I'd
Credible. Okay, that's a key word.
It's not credible.
But then I have to violate my rights to do that, and any violation of my rights I take serious, guys. I was in the military. I went in the Marine Corps to defend freedom, not to stand up here and say, listen, armed men with guns and a CPS agent that got a false allegation that's trying to smear me before. My sister is posturing for this upcoming court date.
Yeah, it sounds like.
And she's manipulating you, and she has manipulated you before.
She hasn't manipulated us.
Okay, I apologize. I misspoke. Listen.
Yeah, I just
She has
wanna clarify,
manipulated
you
things
understand
to
that
work
we're
out
not
the way.
here for a police matter. We're here simply to make sure that she's safe and to assist her with her investigation.
I just don't like anytime you have to be a.
Investigation.
Well, I understand that. I understand enough to know that. But what I don't understand is why you're advocating for me to waive my rights and be violated. You need more information on people? But that's a violation of their rights. It's not. Wait a second. Come on, dude. Come on. We're bros sitting at a bar.
She wants to know who's going to be here when we get the kids. If there's a
So they have to.
I'd like to know who's around them.
They have to identify.
Why wouldn't I?
Because you have the right to be securing your papers, houses, persons, and effects. That is why.
You don't want to tell CPS who
I don't want to. I want privacy. People want privacy for a reason. There's nothing wrong with it. Listen, dude. Wait a second. We were on the same page. We were having a cordial conversation, and it was going very well. And I apologize. The reason I'm excited right now is because I take her as a serious threat to my children. You see her as the good guy. Right. So then you're naturally going to see me as the bad guy if I'm opposed to her.
Not necessarily. You're just concerned about her rights.
Okay. And are you going to uphold my rights like you took an oath
If you
to?
tell her not to come into your home, I will not allow her to come into
You
your
see
home
that?
without due process.
Damn straight better not come in my home. Somebody comes in your home unescorted or uninvited. I guarantee.
She's saying that she's all set with you.
Okay.
I don't have any business with you. If you're all set,
Okay.
let you head on back inside. So
I appreciate that. Thank you for letting her or not letting her violate my rights. You've been awesome. You've been really cool. That whoever, I'm guessing he's the supervisor. No, he needs an attitude adjustment. He's the reason why you guys are going to get hurt in the streets because people don't like him. He's sitting here going, no. He's not listening to a damn word I said because he perceives me as hostile.
Gotcha.
And look, we could be perfectly cordial just like we've
I
been.
don't have any issue with you. I don't think you have an issue
You know,
with me.
de-escalation
We're
techniques.
simply on different sides of the playing field.
But to an extent.
Like I said, I'm simply here helping to make sure that she's able to do her job. I'm not going to let her violate your rights.
But what if her job? Listen, there's a book called Ordinary Men, and it talks about how Nazis get how normal Germans got transformed into Nazis. I would recommend highly that you gentlemen read it because you guys are going to be used on the front lines coming in the near future. And I'm not speaking crazy. This is how communism happened. This is how communism happened. And listen.
Like I said, we swore an oath to the Constitution.
And I understand that. And listen, if you guys are asked to do immoral things, please take off that uniform, and I'll be buddies with you tomorrow. Just because you're in a uniform doesn't mean. Listen, I've been tortured.
We're not here to
And I
do anything of that nature.
and I evaluate everybody on their individual basis. This guy, he said very little, almost nothing. You've been here the entire time. I don't know what you're thinking. You've been very nice, very cordial with me.
You know what I'm thinking.
There you go. So, I have respect for what you guys do. You guys deal with shitty people, and you deal with the shitty side of humanity. And I could never do your job.
Get called out on somebody's birthday when they're having a great day, and we don't come out and party. We're typically
They did. They came out to my son's birthday party. No kids were in danger at that birthday party. I have videos of the entire day. That's where my sister and my brother-in-law were. But now because I tell them they can't have my daughter, and I petitioned the court to take my daughter back. What do you think this is about?
Honestly, it sounds like you've had some issues with your sister.
So do you want to get involved?
I don't have the full extent.
Right. So do you want to bring guns and escalation items? Wait, no. I didn't. I wasn't trying to ask you. I wasn't trying to like get you caught up in some sort of question. What I'm saying is like, do you want to be involved in me and my sister's tip?
Is there any legal
What?
reason?
But you just said, you know, it's between obviously me and my sister have, you know,
Sounds like you guys are
couple
having
problems.
some type of dispute. Is there any
Right.
criminal matter that you'd like me to look into?
There's no. I think filing a false report for CPS should be treated as a criminal matter. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe that using you guys to get what she wants.
That's something that they need to address because I don't know what exactly was said.
Exactly, and that's and listen, and that's why I said don't lie to me and tell me that you have to respond to every call because I know you don't. You know what I mean? And that's a bold-faced lie. And then you look disingenuous from that point forward when you're trying to clarify and battle back and forth with what you're saying. Listen, I believe you guys are moral, righteous people, but I don't know. I like I said, I evaluate everybody on an individual level. Just because you wear that uniform, I don't look at you like the enemy. A lot of people do. A lot of people do, and that's not fair to you. That's not fair. But I've been an order follower. I was in the military, and I am just thankful I never had to go to battle or do any immoral things because I followed orders. And that's all I'm asking you guys to do. Just please tread carefully. I don't want anybody getting hurt. Nobody.
I don't want anything bad happening.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I use this. This is my protection right here.
Yeah,
I don't.
we also have the video.
Yeah, but listen, not you, but you know your buddies.
I understand what you're getting.
Yeah. And you know your buddies. You know the piece of shit ones. You know what I mean? You work with them every day, but you just kind of, okay, he's a little bit of an asshole, but whatever. Start calling those dudes out on it. Start calling them out on it. There was a video I watched the other day. 87-year-old woman gets her arm shoved behind her back by some police officer who was arresting her. Turns out she was a lady with dementia that left Walmart with a couple things and forgot to pay for them. The poor lady has flowers in her hands and is big smiles when the police come up to her. This dude says, turn around, shoves her arm behind her back, dislodges her shoulder, throws her in the jail cell, and they're laughing at her the entire time that she was detained. There's a video.
Like a whole lot more training there.
Absolutely. Yes. I would be totally on board, and if I had it my way.
I don't know any of that. Just going off what you're saying, that sounds completely
Yeah. And even let's just say she was a regular lady, and let's say it was shoplifting, right? You don't dislodge somebody's shoulder for that. I don't care if they're. I mean, there's no argument you can make that this lady was resisting or anything. She's an 87-year-old frail woman.
Skipped over the dislodged part. I thought you meant just put her hand behind her.
No, he dislodged her shoulder, and I mean bad medical. I mean bad. I've been to your jail, and I've spent 3 months in your jail, and I can tell it. Oakland County, and I can tell you. Oakland County, listen, Oakland County Sheriff, they're the worst fucking tyrants around. And I will document them every time I can. I'm not going to do anything violent. As angry as I am, I won't do anything violent unless I see somebody trying to hurt me or hurt one of my kids or hurt somebody I love.
I'm going to go off topic here for a quick second. So we do a police report that will basically read this. On this date of this time, we responded to this address to assist CPS regarding an investigation. Upon arrival, I spoke with you. I spoke with you as well, but clearly there wasn't anything of substance. So I'd like to document that we
Do you want me to send you the video? I mean, that's why I have this.
More or less, I just like your name and phone numbers so that way
I can't listen. I can't do that.
Like giving out information.
I can't violate my rights. I can't let you violate my rights. So,
I'm not trying to.
okay, I got you. And that's where we're at. And that's where we're at because somebody that appears like they're not willing to cooperate, it's like it instantly makes them look bad. And it's like maybe they're being patriotic. Maybe they're standing up for all of our rights. You don't know, and nobody knows.
I'm not demanding it from you.
Yeah. Okay, appreciate that. Hey, appreciate that.
If I didn't ask, then somebody asked, well, what happened over there? I could say, well,
And listen, the whole reason she's here, because if she has proof on something, she's going to come barging in the door with a warrant. The reason she's here is because she has nothing. That's the reason she's here. She has allegations. She's being used to manipulate a situation. I think it's wrong. And I feel bad for her because now she has to deal with hostile people over false allegations. And it becomes increasingly more difficult to figure out which allegations are true and which ones are false. And that's so sad.
Unfortunately, it happens with the police too.
Oh, totally.
We get calls. Like if I had a dollar, I've done some calls saying
Totally.
there's a fight
And
there wasn't a
there's
fight, they just wanted
there's
us to
probably
leave.
50 homicides out there that happen that you know who did it, but you just can't prove it in a court of law, and that's a shame.
If people were as open to giving us information,
No,
we'd be like
beautiful,
a lot more done.
beautiful, beautiful. You seem like you seem like a very smart man.
I'm from the Flint area, and that's just a thing that people
Well,
don't like to talk about.
and listen, and that's why I hope you use more discretion when it comes to like letting people off with nonviolent victimless crimes like a speeding ticket. Okay, speeding ticket, sure, they were putting somebody in danger. You catch them like a third time and it's a teenager, beautiful. Slap that dude with a ticket, right? First time catching somebody on something, let them go with discretion. That's gonna build trust. I would love to build trust.
Yeah, I don't like hammering people who want.
This video is gonna be on YouTube, by the way. My channel is called Broken System, Broken Trust. And now you can see why I do what I do, probably. Just by one casual conversation, you can see why I am the way I am. My fiance has such horrible anxiety right now. Is that fair to her?
Well, what's the exact? I don't know her medical situation.
She has severe anxiety.
Are you saying that she has anxiety from this?
Yes, from gunmen. She doesn't like violence. She's a very peace-loving person, right? I was in the military. I know, like, you don't have to worry until you can usually tell by somebody's behavior, like, what's going to happen. You can read the situation, but